Joshua Darnell continues to steamroll his way into the record books with his 7th consecutive win this season, which goes up to 8 total consecutive wins, including his triumph in Phoenix to close last season. The Endurance Cup awaits, and the Ford is known to struggle here amongst the huge jumps in Crandon. Will someone break the streak, or will the Maryland driver prevail? We are ready for round 7 of NASA Rallycross Contenders live, next on ASN. Our venue for tonight is the virtual Crandon International Raceway. Opened in 1970, North American Simulated Auto Racing started visiting this circuit in 2020B. But this is only the second visit to the full layout. At 1.75 miles in length with 8 turns, every single visit to this bull ring has proven to be exciting. And like we mentioned in the opener, it's a catalyst for surprise winners. Just ask Adam Thomas and Josh Dipple, whose sole victories in the championship came here. In NASA Rallycross, our format is as follows. We are finishing open practice shortly, which leads us into a 3-lap solo qualifying session that splits the field equally into 5-lap heat races. The top 2 transfer from the feature automatically, and the winner gets 3 bonus points. The runner-up gets 2. The rest of our drivers will be sent into the semifinals. Also 5 laps, the top 2 transfer to the feature, and the winner receives a bonus point. And this sets the grid for our 10-lap feature race, where points are awarded and trophies are handed out. The top 3 drivers from this evening's feature race will be granted entry into Saturday's supercar race, also here at Crandon. The 26th season of NASA Rallycross Contenders continues tonight, live on the Automotive Sports Network with Bryan, Sawyer in the production truck, and also next to me in the commentary box. My name is Justin Robichaud, as we welcome you to virtual Crandon, Wisconsin. The NASA Rallycross Challenge is brought to you by Overwatch Specialty Service. The only thing more unique than your problem is our solution. For more information, visit osscenter.com. Thank you, OSS, for your continued support of NASA Sim Racing. And cameras all season on ASN are brought to you by Whiplash Sim Cams. To have your sim racing broadcast cams covered, be sure to check them out on facebook.com/WSimCams. And finally, the intro music for NASA World Feed was produced by Alex Betty. Bryan, we're in Wisconsin. This is a home track for you and a fun one for both of us. We race it a lot. The Subaru arguably has a huge advantage tonight over the other 2 manufacturers. Your thoughts on that? Does Darnell, you think he still has the speed to just make it happen? Has he ever? Goddard on that Subaru platform too, so yeah, we'll see how it folds out. It's going to be interesting. A large environment this track can be.
They can't hear me, Justin.
Oh no,
that's
Bryan's muted again.
I know, I've done that a couple times.
We'll let Bryan
it's what happens when I produce and call. I gotta hit the button to mute and unmute myself or talk back. Yeah, I was saying Darnell's going to have a little bit of a struggle tonight. Goddard is right there, running about the same pace as him in the Subaru, but the Subaru overall on these straights definitely has some advantages. Going to apologize right off the bat. We're going to have a little frame rate fluctuation in the stream tonight. Some storms going on in the area, so
no kidding. The irony of us racing in virtual Wisconsin and there being some storms down there, pretty funny. So this is a great track, though. I'm very excited. That gap between Darnell and Goddard, it's 0.004. That's unreal. That's really close. So we'll see how that unfolds tonight, and then it's not too bad from there. It's about it's half a tenth, maybe a second between the rest of them there. So, I mean, 2 seconds, you got the rest of the field. Now, it's a long track, so 2 seconds is quite a lot, but we'll we'll see how this one ebbs and flows as we get ready. Looks like we're gonna get rolling here, get the session pushed, get our qualifying underway. But we'll go over some we'll go over some points real quick before we get too deep in here. Joshua Darnell leading pretty heavily here ahead of Zachary Goddard, but there could be some movement there with Mac Grove sitting in third, Eric Dubois in fourth, Jake Robichaud in fifth, Ed Boyles Jr. in sixth with 71. There's quite a narrow gap in this middle section. Still a lot to happen with a few rounds to go. JP DeFino in seventh, Jeff Cartwright 8th, Daryl Young and Olivier Rateau rounding out the top 10 in points there. And move on to teams. Teams has been pretty unmoving most of the season as well as points. Seeing that graphic up there, Bryan. Maybe not bringing it up. Oops. I can't see anything anymore. There we go. It's TWRS pretty much annihilating it. That Ford-powered team with Darnell 272 ahead of the Subaru-powered TWRS team by Slapex with 182. Saints and Sinners team also powered by TWRS, just right behind there, 10 points or 11 points, 171. Then it's Mika Esports in fourth, Turtle in fifth, Red Beaver Racing in sixth, Klaus Kreutzer Racing in seventh, JC Academy in eighth, TWR CB Squad in ninth, and Yes2 Motorsports in 10th. The manufacturer pretty much unchanged. It's going to be Ford top the Subaru 168, 132 to 10 for the Volkswagen. So Yeehaw's right. We'll see if there's any movement here tonight. This track, again, we've mentioned it a few times how it favors the Subaru, and it's really just boils down to grip, really, and handling over the jumps, in my opinion, having driven both of these on these tracks. But this one a bit more forgiving than one like, say, like Park River.
It favors the Subaru up until Cowboy here. The Fiestas and the VWs are definitely going to have the advantage in Cowboy, especially on the first couple of laps when there's a lot of contact that happens in there. Subarus are going to end up sliding into the wall. The Fiestas and the VWs will be able to correct themselves and get on out of it.
Yeah, I mean, thinking tight corners as well, like Argani corner will probably be pretty good for those Fords as well. That's a corner I find it a little bit difficult to get the Subaru swung left for, and then it's a long straightaway right down into Cowboy. So, yeah, interesting combo. We'll see how it plays out. I'm pretty excited.
Looks like everybody's actually finishing they finished their out lap, so they're all on their first lap now.
Here we go. Look at
that. I think fastest on the out lap was your pops there. Maybe nope. No. It was Darnell, so we'll pop a look at him. We'll see where he qualifies.
Trying to find him on the track myself. There we go.
There we go. He's just coming. He just went over the loggers jump, and we saw him do a nice little bounce and almost roll, which that's very easy to do in these cars. They have so much power, and there's no jump that big in Rallycross. A lot of these drivers aren't going to be used to the suspension bending them back in the air a second time, and if you turn the car a little too much, there's that fine line. You're going to want to turn it about 45 so you can get the nice turn in for the jump. If you do it a little too much, you're going to go over and you'll roll into the fence. And look at that.
A good line there.
Commanding lap compared to Darnell falling down the tower. Not a good first lap.
Oh, not a very good starting lap indeed. Zachary Goddard pretty much around a tenth off of his practice pace there right off the floodgate. So that leaves Jeff Cartwright in second with Jake Robichaud in third, Joshua Darnell in fourth. So can he get his issues corrected here in these next couple laps, Bryan? We'll have to keep an eye on that here as we get some more laps coming in. Ed Boyles Jr. jumps up into fifth position with a 117.351. So quite a few drivers here coming out with 116s and 117s in their first run, maybe getting some issues shaken down. I suspect there's maybe some rust to be shaken off with that fresh dirt down. They've been running on a pretty worn track here for about 20 or 15 minutes or so. I'm sure some of them are going to shake a little bit off here, get their braking points and everything settled in.
Yeah, I think the first half of the feature and the last half of the feature with the track wear is we're gonna be two different races. One race you're gonna be watch everybody trying to race the track, and then in the back half you're gonna watch everybody start to race each other as the track starts burning in.
And Zachary Goddard, Joshua Darnell does not improve very much. He gets a 116.703. Zachary Goddard's last was a 115. .8. So not an improvement over his best, but still better than what Darnell struggling right now in qualifying.
Yeah, I don't think he's first of the Subarus.
Oh, Darnell in the wall now. Just a little bit too hard. He rolls it a couple times. Oh, yeah, ouch.
That's the end of it. Looking at the tower, do we have any Fiestas above him?
Oh, let's have a look here.
No, it is all Subarus ahead of him. So it is a big struggle for these Fiestas on a tough track.
Yeah, definitely. That extra wheelbase they have. Like I said, I've driven both of these cars on this course. I haven't driven the Volkswagen since they've made all these other changes to it. But I can tell you right now, the Subaru much smoother, much more stable through the jumps. As I'm watching some of the other Fiesta drivers, just struggling in some other areas where the Subaru, to me, seems a little more planted. So, I'm guessing I'd probably take the little bit of an understeery nature of that Subaru and its 3 diffs over the nimbleness of the Ford and Volkswagen, although they might have a little bit of an advantage at Navarra next week, Brian. But we'll see here as Matthew Morris jumps in very, very handsomely in the second position with a 1:15.665.
You're right.
Taking a modest run on Goddard here.
Oh, man, he's out there. He just
right up on top of that. Yeah, that's a little too deep into it.
Yeah,
that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Yeah, you've talked about that earlier, Cowboy Corner. It's a tough one. You really have to get into the berm a bit. You got to use it to brake, but you can't go too high like he did there and kind of jump up onto the tabletop. But he's pushing really hard now. And that was another mistake you said. Oh, the tire comes right off.
Tire comes off. It sucks right back on.
Yeah, we've got the no damage here, the regenerative damage. Now, mind you, I have broken the tire by hitting the jump a little too aggressive, and it does hurt for a second. So you kind of have to be, it might come back on, but it's going to hurt you for a second or two, and you might not be able to get that corrected like Matty Morris right there. But he's looking pretty good with P2. I'd probably be all right sitting there with what had just happened. Joshua Darnell not out on the track, drops down to 10th
Darnell's
position.
Finishing his 3rd lap right now.
Is he? Oh my goodness! Here,
I
think I'm having an issue with my cameras. Hold on.
No, it might be his fourth, 3rd lap. I think that was not a lap.
Oh yeah, so that wasn't it.
That was just him.
I figured the way the outs work.
After telling.
So one thing I haven't noticed, maybe some drivers were doing it. Not many of them have been using a wide entry into turn 1 there off that Polaris jump into Calamity Corner. So basically going really, really wide into Calamity Corner and getting a good run off. I didn't see anybody do that whatsoever. Maybe I wasn't looking right, but Klaus Kreuzer still on the track. Some guys out there just getting some laps in, but this looks like it's pretty much going to be the tentative field. Goddard atop of Morris and DeFino. DeFino, a driver who is very well practiced at Crandon, no doubt. I know he runs a lot of laps here with you and I, and totally. So we'll see what we have here. Getting some word in. We're going to move this along.
Yeah, now, Justin, what you were saying there, Calamity Corner, the appropriate line is to go a little bit further out, set your turn, and get a nice straightaway for the
get a good run.
Lap. But
totally.
You do that, and a lot of people will see that as an opportunity to throw in the slide job, try to push you wide.
Running in the inside.
You run the balance of wanting to do that or not.
Yeah, totally. I'll run the inside, no doubt, if I'm getting chased down. So we'll see who adapts to that tonight. But we get ready here for heat number 1. And it's Zachary Goddard ahead of Klaus Kreuzer, Chris Lunan. Joshua Darnell sneaks in here as well, so he has an opportunity to come back here and throw some jabs at Zachary Goddard, and then Olivia Rateau in 5th position here for Mika Esports. So a nice, well-rounded field here. We've got a few Fords and a couple Subarus. Should be a good one. But I think Joshua Darnell will be the driver to watch here, Brian, as we roll off the truck. A slow pace here. Driver should hold off deep into Calamity Corner and run right before the gantry. We'll see if everyone respects that here. It's going to be a great run if we hold to that and get all 5 of these guys nice and tight here to start this lap. I always liked the truck runs when we ran to these truck tracks. Although, you know what? There's something to be said about that Land Rush run here. I will be honest. It's quite.
It kind of makes qualifying not count.
It's true. It's true. It's true,
it's
man.
everybody for themselves.
You line up side by side, and it's really just who survives the jumps better. So, yeah, totally. I agree.
Now
So
we'll get to watch
line them up
here. If Goddard's smart, Goddard's going to go really
Hold the
wide
in.
and push Klaus.
Ooh, and push.
No, he's going to push
out.
Klaus and give him no room to make turn one appropriate. He's going to make him have to hit the brakes, but it looks like he's going to give him a
little bit of hastiness here. Yeah,
Let's see what's going to happen here.
And boom, green flag comes in right there. Boom, excellent. Good little start here. Couple drivers side by side already. It's going to be Chris Lunan trying to get into the inside here. Joshua Darnell a little bit impatient, trying to get around him, goes to the inside. Klaus Kreutzer's running tandem with Zachary Goddard here on the exit. Good run off. Joshua Darnell makes a bit of a mistake here on the exit, gets pushed off into the grass. Gets a little unsettled, has to recoup. And now he's hard charging here on Olivier Rateau. We've got 3 under a blanket here for P1 through 3. We got Zachary Goddard ahead of Klaus Kreutzer and Chris Lunan here in tow. Chris Lunan, our only Ford driver, our highest Ford driver at the moment. Joshua Darnell, as he's barreling in, though. He's coming in really, really hard. We'll see what happens here. This is a tough corner as well. Everyone seems to make it through just fine.
Yeah, this corner is a little deceiving. You wanna stay off the throttle. The car begs you, please press the throttle, please. But all you're gonna do is just spin the wheels and not wind up going anywhere.
Right, as Chris Lunan gets an excellent little run here on Klaus Kreutzer into Calamity Corner, gets a little unsettled through the jump, and that kind of takes all the steam out of it.
And that's gonna make a massive little gap to make back up. These tracks with the dirt, they are so hard to gain time, especially when everybody's running about the same pace. They are unbelievably hard if everybody's running great to make your pass and get past somebody and catch back up. So one little mistake like that, it may only look like 4 or 5 tenths, but it's a 2 to 3 lap.
Huge. As Klaus Kreutzer holds the inside line, he's going to bleed just a smidge of time here. Chris Lunan's going to have a bit of a run on the exit here. Had a much cleaner line, used the middle of the berm, so he's going to have a bit of a position. He's gaining a lot back here, though, Bryan. So he's kind of getting in there, trying to make a move, not quite making it happen at the right opportunity, getting a little frazzled, if you will, and then having to pull back a little bit.
Yeah, this is
run through Ponce again.
This is where you're going to want to sit here and focus on just driving your lap and not focus on not passing him. Just focus on getting close and then finding what corner you think is best and throwing in that slide job.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I'd be doing as well. You want to really focus on hitting those. Oh, Zachary Goddard
kind of damage off the screen a little bit. Very wide track, so feel free to push. It's a truck track.
Yeah, these are the ones to run aggressive, no doubt. Zachary Goddard sets our fastest lap here at 1:16.255. Pretty great time here, no doubt, for a race, but Klaus Kreutzer giving it to him a little bit. He's keeping that gap pretty modest, under a second here, as Joshua Darnell now getting into it with Chris Lunan jumping into the picture, but Chris Lunan's falling a little bit behind as he sends it pretty hard into Cowboy Corner, hits the wall, turns himself around, gives that position up to Joshua Darnell. So Joshua Darnell moves up to 3rd position, leave Chris Lunan there right up on the tabletop, trying to get himself around. He's getting stuck in the wall. So he gives up a couple positions here.
Take a look back.
See him lose to Olivier Rateau as well.
He's going to appreciate this, but he likes camera time, so.
Yeah. Oh, boy, just a little too deep. You want to get it right about where Joshua Darnell got it on that pass, right into the middle there, and now he's stuck. That's tire spinning. Man. Hate to see
what happens on that berm is a lot of drivers will go a little too wide to the outside there, and they'll get their right tires on that bump, and then they'll try and touch the handbrake. And if they're touching the handbrake while their right tires are unsettled, it's going to lock the lefts, and they're just going to turn right. Their car is going to turn right, and their car isn't going to just do what they want. They're going to drive right into the wall.
Now, there are a lot of bumps there. You got to make sure that car's settled, and you got to get your braking pretty nice and good, and do your e-brake really kind of late. Get it swung right into the middle. Make sure you get the car into that berm. Basically, the highest point of it. We'll see if Zachary Goddard can get it in there. Yeah, look at that. Boom.
Yeah,
you put it in there.
You want to go up the berm.
Use the berm to stop the car. Yeah, exactly. And then use the berm to slow you down and focus on turning the car, and then get a great shot out. Great example there from Zachary Goddard.
There's a lot that can go wrong on that turn, and that's
100%.
where races are made or broken.
There is a lot, and it's all in the braking. The braking is tough. You're braking on dirt coming in from a really high speed straight, and then you're unsettling the car. There's a lot of bumps coming in there. That's definitely one of the trickiest turns, no doubt.
Exactly. And again, I'm going to apologize for the choppiness of the stream tonight. If anybody knows how to make it stop hailing outside,
hail is awful. We don't get that a lot over here on the east coast of Canada. When we do, it's usually like really, really tiny. But
it's like getting rained on by crushed ice right now. It's super cool.
Zachary Goddard will come off the final lap here to lead ahead of Klaus Kreutzer and Joshua Darnell now in third. Then it's Olivier Rateau and Chris Lunan coming over the line now. So Zachary Goddard still maintaining a good lead, some good pace. Joshua Darnell has a lot of work to do here in the final lap if he wants to make something happen for a transfer position. He'll no doubt have a P1 in the semifinal if he can make it happen here, but Zachary Goddard's looking good here.
I'm going to make a prediction real early. I'm going to make the prediction that our LCQ is going to be every single Fiesta.
Every single Fiesta.
Every single Fiesta.
I love it.
Maybe
I love it. I love it. Let us know in the chat on YouTube if you think that's how it's going to be. If you think those Fiestas are going to struggle that hard, they're just going to need that semifinal round. Zachary Goddard running it pretty deep. All the drivers here running it a little deep into the final hairpin here. Well, sorry, not the final. Calamity Corner really is the final one. And then Zachary Goddard up the final corner to win heat number 1 here tonight. An unexpected heat number 1 victory and something we haven't seen so far this season. Sorry. Klaus Kreutzer will take our second transfer of the evening, and it's going to be Joshua Darnell to the semifinals to battle his way into the feature this evening. And then it'll be Olivier Rateau crossing the line now ahead of Chris Lunan in 5th position. Wow.
Chris Lunan's spin really helped out Darnell.
It did.
Puts him on the front row of an LCQ. So.
Of an LCQ, yeah, and gets him in a pretty favorable position in that LCQ on the starts, the way they're going to happen. So now we're going to head into heat number 2 this evening. Matthew Morris ahead of Eric Dubois and Matthew Grove with Ed Boyles Jr. So another little bit of a mixed field. We got a couple Subarus, a Ford, and a VW. So we'll see yet again the prowess of the Subaru. Hopefully, yeah, it plays through. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Track notoriously unpredictable. Never know what's going to happen here. It's a little bit more rubbered in as well. So
yeah, there's no resets in between the first, second, and third heat. So
you're right.
I think the third heat's probably going to be the most interesting. I think we have 3 tonight. Third heat will be the most interesting. They will be the fastest, and they'll be racing each other, not the track. That race we just watched there, they were fighting the conditions of the track, and now this race is going to be a nice, healthy mix of cars racing each other. They have a little more control and autonomy over what they're doing. Might see Grove actually be able to handle this Fiesta a little better than Darnell is.
And will we see some mistakes from the guys in the top 2? Matthew Morris saying in chat that he was a little unpracticed. So will there be some mistakes? Will we see another new driver pop up here and smash their way into a feature race? A little bit impatient. So the drivers want to kick that speed up. You can feel it already. Oh, they want to go. They want to go. Matthew Morris a little bit quick, but he's getting tight now. And it's green flag. Eric Dubois has a good run. Yeah, keeps it modest on Matthew Morris. Look at that.
Eric Dubois held back a little bit at the start there, and looks like he just tried to give himself a little setup of a run instead of. But he's going over.
And great save from Matt Grove, but he's going to go side by side with Ed Boyles. Eric Dubois is a little bit messy here on the straights. It's a little bit of contact from Grove and Boyles here as we come into Cowboy. Hold my breath.
Actually,
great clean lines through, but Matthew Grove's going to get a good punch on Eric Dubois here. Great line from Matty Grove on Cowboy, no doubt. Has a good line here on the entry. Eric Dubois is going to go a bit wide. Can Matt Grove keep it tight? Now he's going to be stuck behind him. Ponce's another corner. We're going to see how Ed Boyles Jr. coming into play. It gives Matty Grove a little bit of a nudge, but Matt's able to recuperate. It's actually going to be Ed Boyles that sees the worst of that. Yeah, definitely. not a place you want to be. That's not where I want to be in a mess. Ponce's tough enough as it is when you're running clean. Matthew Morris here out and away now. And it's going to be Eric Dubois behind him. Matthew Grove kind of getting recuperated from that. Oh, Matthew Morris a little wide here into Calamity Corner. He's going to get a great run, though. Eric Dubois holds that inside line as we ride on board with Matthew Grove. Oh, he goes really wide. Matthew Morris gets turned almost around into turn 2 now. And Eric Dubois is going to jump into the lead as we go on board with Matthew Morris now. After that mistake, shaking off. Goes wide, very wide into T number 9.
Justin, I think we're going to go back and take a look at that.
Man.
We're going to go watch that back.
That was crazy. It's getting spicy again here already. What a great move from
Yeah,
Dubois.
he got a I'm looking for Morris.
Oh, we lost. It's good.
There we go.
It's
Yeah, Morris just landed a little sideways there, and that'll do it.
Oh,
yeah.
Morris
it takes a while. He gassed up too much. If he laid
Big
back
time.
a little bit and didn't gas up, he would have maintained control of that car.
Yeah,
but
and then
he sent
right
it.
there as well. I mean, even with the mistake from Eric Dubois on the exit, he still doesn't have the speed. Eric Dubois now off to the races with a 1.2 or 1 second-ish gap now on Matthew Morris. So
he's got 1-2. That's going to be
wild.
extremely hard unless Dubois makes a mistake for Morris to fix.
That's just, yeah. We'll see here.
But
Can Eric Dubois hold on to it? Goes a bit deep into Calamity Corner, so he's giving that inside. But Matthew Morris takes that same line. I think they both think it's pretty quick. And that
Grove
is
is getting an
Matthew
excellent
Grove
run there out of Calamity, heading towards Dubois.
Was Matthew Morris.
He gained a lot of
Looked
time.
a little wild off those first couple jumps too there. So he almost did it again. I think he figured out how not to do it, but he did almost spin in that same spot right off of turn 2. So we'll see, or turn 1, sorry. See what happens here. Matthew Grove falling.
I'll have you know,
behind.
Justin, my prediction is still standing. We got Fiesta and VW going to the LCQ right
You're not
now.
wrong. You're not.
I just think these Subarus are too strong.
Wide off the exits, Eric Dubois.
I do think next week is going to be the week of the Fiesta, though. Navarra is a very curvy track with next to 0 for a straight.
Yeah, so unless we've got some guys that know how to figure out the setup on the Subaru and unlock it really good for those tight corners, yeah, you're right. I think the Fiesta is pretty good. I know firsthand how quick that Fiesta is on a tight road course, trying to chase it around with the Subaru. So, yeah, it's gonna be pretty scary here. Matthew Morris.
I always want to go to Oran Park North B. Nobody else does. Basically a go-kart track.
Yeah. I think North A is the one. Oh, a bit of a nudge from Matthew Morris into Eric Dubois here into Calamity Corner, but it's going to give a bit of an inside run from Matthew Grove. He can't take it, rather. Oh, my word, and now Eric Dubois makes a bit of an issue here in turn 1 and gets hammered by Matthew Morris, and now it's Matthew Grove in the lead here. And we've got 1 lap to go after this. So can he hold it? Matthew Morris makes a bit of a charge. He's still not quite able to get the Subaru turned around. Eric Dubois able to get it back on the track, but now he's in behind in 4th position. Ouch.
Look at Matt. Matt proving me wrong, going to first place here. He's got a lap to hold on. Just
patience.
Run a defensive line and got a good chance.
Patience, and Eric Dubois a little bit rattled going off on the right side there in the back that back straight as well. Crandon merged straight.
We saw last night how powerful a defensive line is here. We watched Dan Corrido hold off Kieran Littlander for about 2 laps, and nothing against Dan Corrido, but Kieran is much faster than him. It's just that hard to pass here, especially when you're sliding around. It took Kieran a good 2 laps to find Dan's mistake and get on by him, but Dan, excellent job just running the tight defensive lines. So if I'm Matt right now, I'm keeping everything tight. Not giving any room for Morris.
Definitely. As it's the final lap, and we got Matthew Morris. Quite the shake-up from the start here.
I know, if we look at the
Matthew
position
Grove
changes,
ahead of,
we got Grove up 2,
look at
Morris
that.
down 1, Boyles up 1, Dubois down 2.
Wow. It's been shaking.
Everybody's moved.
It's been shaking in a cup. We got Matthew Grove ahead of Matthew Morris and Ed Boyles now being chased down by Eric Dubois. I don't think there's a whole lot left here with the white flag out. But can Matthew Grove hold Matthew Morris here?
This straight is
great
gonna
entry
be
through.
it. Morris has to do it
the
here, or he's not doing it.
Yeah, and he's going to the inside. I would expect,
but
maybe. I mean, it can
sure
happen.
We'll see some protests come through if he doesn't calamity.
later the better, though. If I'm if I'm an admin and I'm stewarding a penalty for something a little argy-bargy late in a race. I'd rather it happen really, really late. But it's a great run here from Matt Grove. It looks like he's going to hold off Matthew Morris. Can he get through T4 Polaris gravel pit as we head right over to Polaris Legendary Leap, right into Calamity Corner? He's going to hold it. He's got a quite a good gap. We've seen races end here in the final quarter before, but no, Matthew Grove's going to hold it, and he's going to win heat number 2 here tonight ahead of Matthew Morris and Ed Boyles Jr. and Eric Dubois coming in 4th place. Wow, I think if you looked at the grid and you had to guess what the final result would have been, this may not what you'd have on your bingo card, but great job, Matt Grove, being patient and punching in at the end there and holding off for a fantastic victory. We're going to go into heat number 3 now. We've got Gerald DeFino ahead of Jeff Cartwright and Jake Robichaud, along with Daryl Young. So we actually do have a couple Canadians. Jake Robichaud is definitely not an American.
I don't know why. Your dad has always had
so silly. That's all right. That's all right. It's okay. It's a couple.
Dad has always had the American flag. His name is set correctly. It's all correct.
So
on
funny,
my side.
yeah.
Game just wants him to be American.
That's fine.
Happy Thanksgiving to him, Daryl.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving to all of our Canadian viewers as well. Yeah, if you're tuning in, hopefully you're filled with turkey. I know I am. It was quite the drive home.
Look at us making you work on a holiday.
It's all good. Work. This isn't work. This is fun. This is a blast. Be a great little race here. We'll see. My camera's back on here as we get the pit truck down in pit lane. Gerald DeFino has that inside line here on Jeff Cartwright. So somewhat favorable if you can get a good run here in the start and hold him out wide like you were saying. Jake Robichaud also in a position to gain here as well if anything happens. So we'll see if anybody's patient here. They're really tight in through the inside, and we've got the green flag now. Little squirrely was Jake Robichaud off the start there, but they both get through the jump and they shoot past Jeff Cartwright. Jeff Cartwright slams the wall on the inside, and it's Gerald DeFino, sorry, and Jake Robichaud off. Jake and Jeff Cartwright smack the inside wall there on the right side. They're the first couple drivers to really get into that. They're almost rolling the cars, and we're basically off. It's Gerald DeFino, Jake Robichaud now, narrowly holding on here ahead of Jeff Cartwright with Daryl Young in tow. Some good lines through Cowboy Corner here. I think Jeff Cartwright, Daryl Young, pretty heavy on the throttle there. Someone was just banging it off the rev limiter there. Good way to waste some gas and also some momentum. These cars very, very sensitive to over throttling in the dirt and just kind of leaving you there.
Yeah, last night we're going up that jump, and I guess I let off that jump and Josh does not. Josh just kissed the rear end of my bumper in midair. It's terrifying, but yeah, you want to be off off the gas a little bit going up there, and all through the landing area.
Yeah, field's a bit spread out, but these lines are all very very identical. They're either trying to learn from each other or they've been practicing with one another. Jake Robichaud running really hard here as we jump on board with him. He's chasing down DeFino. No doubt wants another win here in Contenders, one of these heat races, get those crucial points. But I'm sure he will just concede if he needs to and take that transfer position tonight. Very easy to race to get some good position in if you're confident, if you can run kind of patient and smooth. Both drivers good through Cowboy Corner here. All of them great through that section, kind of maintaining their distance here. Wide entry into this corner. I like it. That's how I come into it. Car sideways, but not too hard. Then down into Ponzi Corner. They're running a bit shallow. I tend to try to carry a bit of speed and widen that corner and run along the outside, but still, nonetheless, both lines are pretty quick. Both
like
these guys, great rocket ships off here. Just kind of work your way out as it speeds up.
Yeah,
fair enough. I'll usually run the inside here like these guys as well, unless I'm free and clear.
Yeah. I'm Jake. I'm going a little wider, trying to straighten it up. He's touching the wall. He cut it a little too
touching
tight.
the wall. Great recovery there, though. I was watching on his chase camera, and he had to do quite a little bit of maneuvering to get that Subaru recovered from that. It looked like he was going straight for the wall, and he managed to keep it going. So loses a bit of time here. That gap has increased a little bit to DeFino, but great job keeping that car going. Jeff Cartwright still in the picture. Daryl Young kind of falling behind a little bit.
I don't know what happened to Daryl Young. We're gonna go take a look at what happened to Daryl Young, because he's 11 seconds back and he was not before. So
probably somewhere.
He's going straight. He's right behind Cartwright here, and
oh boy,
that's an interesting way to lose the car. I don't know what happened. He must have bounced really weird there and got just a weird recovery.
Yeah, went straight around. I've never seen anything like that, but yeah, I'm following him as well. He's using quite a bit of that throttle, getting the car spun.
You know
so,
what that happened? I bet he took a bounce and his hands weren't fully on that steering wheel.
Oh, and it went right around and ripped out of his hands. That's totally possible too.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Frantically struggling to find the wheel, especially in VR.
Especially on the truck tracks. Yeah, on these cars for sure. Yeah. Because they hit a little harder. They're not as smooth as those trucks. And Jake Robichaud now kind of clawing away at his gap a little bit, but I don't think there's going to be enough time left. We only have one more to go after this. We're going to get the white flag the next time around, but Jeff Cartwright kind of falling behind a little bit as well in this mix.
Yeah, Jake's definitely within the margin of error.
He is for sure. He's keeping
DeFino makes
certainly very interesting. Yeah,
DeFino has made a few this season, but DeFino's also been very good this season. It's been a great year for him. A couple wins in the record, so.
Oh, really tight to the wall, DeFino there. Oh, wow. Nearly kissed it. Now it pushed him a bit wide, so he's got a shallow entry into Ponce here. This is going to give a bit of an opportunity to Robichaud if he can get on the throttle nice and smooth and kind of keep it patient. He's going wide like I like to see, diving down on the inside, no problem. But he could totally make something happen. He's shooting distance.
Of a second off this lap.
Having a hard time getting it rotated, but that's okay. Oh, he's losing a bit.
He keeps pushing this way, though, this next lap. He'll be on top of him, ready for the pass at Calamity.
Yeah, look at this here. Gaps down 8/10 as they cross the line
ran
here.
A 1:16.4. Robichaud with a 1:15.9. So.
Oh boy. Yeah, we'll see. And there's still mistakes.
Pushing.
Ooh, DeFino getting it nice and rotated there. As we get into the back straight, we head down into Cowboy Corner. So that gap getting a little bit tight now. Looks like Robichaud's just going to fall back in here and take second position, barring any mistakes. Both of these drivers been very consistent, hitting that corner so smoothly right down the middle.
I'm not going to break away from
just
this,
there.
It looks like Daryl Young had another incident in the back. Coming across our screens right now. He's 20 seconds back. Unfortunate heat for him, but he'll be in the LCQ. So
yeah, definitely has another shot at it here as we run through Ponce one final time. Easy to make mistakes here as well, but both of these drivers very smooth, playing it very conservative. Inside lines, great work through there. Both of these drivers here just chasing each other all night long, but barring a turnaround, we've seen it happen before. It doesn't. Yeah, no, we got it. He's going to take it. JP DeFino is going to win here ahead of Jake Robichaud and Jeff Cartwright and Daryl Young coming in fourth for Red Beaver Racing. So that should basically conclude our heat races for the evening, and then the rest of our drivers are going to dive down into our semifinal here very shortly. Get them some fresh dirt down. So these guys might be a little. Some of these guys might be racing the track here. Finish it up. There it is. Daryl Young coming across the line there now. Yeah.
We're going back to a slick track. They're going to do the track reset.
Yeah,
after this.
we sure are.
So,
so it might be a little challenging. It is going to be
here,
slidey and challenging. So our excellent lineup here for this consolation. It's going to be Joshua Darnell ahead of Ed Boyles Jr. and Jeff Cartwright, Olivier Rateau, Eric Dubois, Daryl Young, and Chris Lunan. Now, you're pretty close. Well, I mean, it's pretty close. It's like half and half. There are more than,
Strange place for Josh Darnell.
It is a strange place for
Haven't
Joshua
seen
Darnell. I
him
don't think
in
he's
the
found
LCQ
himself here,
really
at
yet
all
this
here this season. So on the mic is Josh, probably wishing everyone good luck. It's muted for me, but we're rolling it off here. This is gonna be a hefty semifinal. Little peek at what we're gonna get later on here. So we'll see how these drivers manage with all these cars out here now.
Actually, yeah, Justin, I just looked back through the season stats. This is Darnell's first LCQ this season.
Wow.
So he is definitely
Unbelievable.
out of place. He's on the pole, so he's got a good shot.
See what he can do. Yeah, he's
got
got
a
a great shot
behind him.
He does. He does. He's got very little room for error. All these guys very, very close tonight, despite being, about a second off each other's pace here throughout the field. Crandon Long, always just a fun track for everyone here as well.
Yeah, it's really I don't think Darnell really made a mistake in his heat. It's just the Fiesta's pace. He was struggling a little bit in the heat.
Yeah,
I don't think he really made any mistakes, but we're gonna keep this up high
chased
in the air.
Chased really hard. Chased really hard.
7
and
drivers
just didn't have it. Here we go.
As Josh likes to say, grab your hard hat. So
grab your hard hats, no doubt. If you're gonna want to see it, it's gonna be here as we go green. And Joshua Darnell is not being given really the opportunity to run away here, as Ed Boyles Jr. is hanging on through the first couple corners. Joshua, a bit shallow and almost rides the wall, gives the opportunity to Ed Boyles Jr. and he'll take it. Runs in there, and will they have it? He's going to hold on. So Ed Boyles Jr. is going to make this an absolute brawl here this evening, as we've got Jeff Cartwright side by side with Darrell Young. Darrell Young now a little bit uneasy. He's been uneasy already now. Jeff Cartwright getting tight into the braking zone, comes in quick. He's able to manage getting out of everybody's way. Eric Dubois.
Congratulations to everybody making it through Cowboy unscathed.
They've made it. They've made it through Cowboy unscathed. You're right. Can we get down through Camden Merch trailer corner? Yes, we can. And it's looking good. Looking good here.
Excellent run for Ed Boyles here. He's cooking.
He is cooking. He's building a bit of a gap.
He held his space at the beginning, forced Darnell into a line he didn't want to take, and he's off to the races.
Oh, he is off to the races, and Darnell takes that inside line. Looks good for a second. But because Ed Boyles has a bit more speed, he gets that rocket off from that middle line, and Joshua Darnell's going to have to get himself up there very quick if he's going to want to compete with Ed Boyles here. Barring any mistakes, no doubt. Let's keep that in mind. This track incredibly unforgiving when it comes to mistakes. Jeff Cartwright now battling hard with Eric Dubois right behind here for the third position. And then it's Chris Lunan right there, and Darrell Young also hanging on. So we've got a four-way battle here for the third position. A couple little battles going on all at once. I'm keeping an eye on the lead. It's not really changing much. Ed Boyles is keeping this very interesting. No doubt it's been running good with the boys. Jeff Cartwright kind of rides the berm a bit, gets still a good run despite it.
Yeah. Until something goes on at the front, we're gonna focus on this.
Let's
gonna be good.
Let's keep it going. I'll keep an eye on the front a little bit. We'll watch both here as we ride with Eric Dubois and Chris Lunan here running through Ponce corner. And it's side by side. Lunan and Dubois, a little bit of contact. Nice little rubbing. Rubbin's racing here in this instance. Both of them able to make it through. Chris Lunan kind of just dives in behind, gives it up.
Fiesta definitely just cannot keep up pace with that Subaru, though. On these straightaways, as soon as he hit the ground, Dubois was running away.
That's just wild, as he's leading a little bit of time to Darrell Young, but Darrell Young just not quite in any position to make a pass. Darrell Young actually smacks the wall in the final corner and turns around, very much like John Dipple did in his race, to give myself the win in one of those races in my contender season, or in one of my seasons. Sorry. So Ed Boyle still holding off Joshua Darnell. Joshua Darnell's just a half a tenth behind though, so he's keeping this nice in. He's going to get a good run here on Cowboy corner, possibly. Ed Boyle still with a lot of speed in that mid corner.
Just about half a tenth slower than Boyle's last lap, but I mean, if you multiply that over through the next few laps, that's like 5 laps before.
It's a lot, yeah. No kidding, yeah. Eric Dubois struggling on the exit of Cowboy. And Eric Dubois struggling on the exit of Cowboy. He's going on the outside into the grass yet again, so he's still having some issues there getting that Subaru turned around. He gives up a position to Chris Lunan now. Chris Lunan in 4th, and Jeff Cartwright kind of running away with this little battle here for a 3rd. So it's turned into a battle for 4th between Dubois and Lunan. If Dubois can kind of get these
we got Darnell making a move on the inside here.
Oh, here we go.
Not quite enough speed. Boyles definitely has some more on the outside there, but Darnell has set the fastest lap. He's about 5
Get him rattled a little
minutes.
bit. Oh, yeah, look at that. Here it goes.
He's going for it here.
Definitely going for a great run off the corner, though, is Ed Boyles Jr. So that just shows just because you go for the inside line doesn't mean you're going to take it here at a track like Crandon Long, which is why it's also so exciting.
A little bit too respectful here. You got to claim your space. He gave Ed Boyles all the room in the world to run the line he wanted.
Definitely.
Don't let him run the line they want.
But also, taking that inside line also not really the fastest. We'll see what happens here, though. It was a great run. Maybe Josh just got a little excited and got heavy on the throttle, but run through Ponce here. Looks like he's going to get a decent run. Still strong off the exits is Ed Boyles in that Volkswagen. Looking really good here. So a little bit of an issue in Ponce from Chris Lunan. He's riding the wall here, gives up a position again to Eric Dubois. So there's a little bit of a back and forth for 4th position. As looks like Ed Boyles Jr. is going to take the white flag here ahead of Joshua Darnell in this semifinal. So despite still making that feature race, Darnell's going to give up a terrible amount of positions in that start. So he'll be clawing away quite a bit if he wants to make something happen here. He's going to have to make it happen quick. Hits the grass. That's going to slow him up. That bridges a big gap. It's almost a 1.5 seconds now as we approach Cowboy Corner on the final lap. Dubois now having issues there as well. Rolling the car off the course. He's going to go. He manages to keep it on the track.
Oh.
But he rolled it probably about 5 or 6 times and almost fell off. It drops him down to 6th position.
Might go look back at the end, but
well, yeah, we're coming on the final.
I think somebody's got to go tell Darnell during the warm-up that hey, stop trying to run the corners too tight. He's taking a sand trap and the 3rd turn on this course really tight, and that's not where you get speed. You have to run wide. You
definitely has to run though. You have to run those the middle of the corner. Yeah, like this one here, he's coming in too shallow.
Yeah.
Too shallow. He's not using yeah, exactly, because he's using too much of his momentum and time braking and doesn't have it. So it's going to be Ed Boyles Jr. here who wins our semifinal ahead of Joshua Darnell. And that's some crucial points lost for Joshua Darnell. I mean, he's not going to miss them for sure with his heavy lead as Jeff Cartwright here spins in the final corner, and he's going to he tries to get it in reverse. Will he cross the line? He will. He'll get that crucial spot here ahead of Chris Lunan. Will come home in 4th. And it's a bit of a battle here. Daryl Young for 5th. Olivier Rateau 6th. Eric Dubois 7th. Yeah, Joshua Darnell's not going to miss those points, but he sure is going to miss that field position here as we get started for the feature race.
I think we're going to step aside.
Let's go. Let's do it. We have some time. Let's
what happened to Eric Dubois. We got a few minutes.
It was quite a roll. And it kicks off right into the warm-up.
Unbelievable.
Let's do it.
The session's just getting angry with us. We're going back.
Yeah, it's just going to split.
This is Chris Lunan. Chris Lunan had an incident. That battle up front was a little tight, so we didn't get to go look at anything that happened during that backpack. Lunan just had
that was his riding along Ponce. That's when he gave the position up to Dubois. Yeah, this is it here. This is where Dubois kind of got sideways, tried to come back out on, couldn't save it.
Had to take a little Joker lap there.
4. Oh, and just kind of kick flipped it at the end.
He got lucky that wall saved him.
I know.
In the end.
That would have been
it. And Cartwright also had an incident. I'm sure they're going to love me for going back over all of these.
Yeah, no doubt. Wow, okay. Jeebers, that was wild. Okay, that's not kind of how we expected the night to go. This was Cartwright spinning here in the final corner and then putting it into reverse. Somewhat similar to what I did. Yeah, he still managed to keep his position. He kind of got the car turned and face forward. But wow, we'll take a couple minutes here. We're going to step aside. We're gonna check in with our sponsors, and we'll give everyone a few deep breaths to get over what just happened here this evening before we hit to our feature.
You're so interesting.
I love your browser history.
I like that you're not hiding anything from me.
By the way, nice IP address. I like your neighborhood.
You are so special. This ad is just for you.
I learned so many things from you.
You are so generous.
With your personal data.
Switch on privacy, switch off trackers and viruses. Go to nordvpn.com. NordVPN. Safely be you.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Absolutely be doing what he has to do. He has to go for the championship. He has to recover the points that he lost. He's down the race, takes the lead in the 12. What a move. And he takes the lead and holds
by
it.
side between these two in turn one. This is going to get spicy.
Turn one, over the jump to begin the first lap, clog at the inside line. McFarland contact between them. They are still side by side. This opens the door for Wetz. He can't make anything happen. From the 26, he has not won in quite some time. Dragster acing the entry to turn one, up heading to the inside. And Magnus gives him a nudge. Grip strip on the inside, Phil. Wetz had a little bit better run, but looks like Robbie's going to hold his spot.
We welcome you back to round 184 of the championship overall and round 7 of the 26th season of NASA Rallycross Contenders here in Crandon with Bryan, Sawyer in the production truck, and also next to me in the commentary box. My name is Justin Robichaud, live on the Automotive Sports Network. And a reminder, the NASA Rallycross Challenge is brought to you by Overwatch Specialty Service. The only thing more unique than your problem is our solution. For more information, visit osscenter.com. And cameras for tonight's broadcast are brought to you by Whiplash SimCams. Be sure to check them out at facebook.com/WSimCams. And finally, our intro music for the NASA World feed is produced by Alex Avetti. And if you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And ring that bell to be notified of our live streams on Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and Saturday, along with shorts courtesy of Jess Rakowski. And if you'd like to race in NASA, we've got something for everyone. All of the info is at nasasimracing.com. If you're an iRacing driver, be sure to get in here, even if just to have a little bit of fun. Oh,
we
boy.
got 4 series,
Brian,
everybody. We got
crazy.
4
yeah,
series.
we have 4.
All skill
4
levels.
Yeah, they might
You
not
could
all be
pick up the
broadcast.
game yesterday. You could pick up the game yesterday, and we'll take you in.
Heck yeah. A lot of the content's free too, no doubt. So it's a lot of fun. And I mean, even if you just popped in and you wanted to figure some stuff out, I'm sure some guys would fire up a session with some free content and give you a whirl. No issues. Great community here. A lot of fun. We do some fun stuff on the side. I mean, you name it, we do it. Tons of drivers from all walks of life here. So get in here and have some fun with us. Let's go over some programming notes, Brian. I don't think we've done that yet this evening, unfortunately. But Torque Motorsports Season 6, Round 3 at Road Atlanta continues this Thursday. It's going to be at 8:30 p.m. Eastern with Victor Valley and Josh Mertz there on October 17th. And then the Supercar Round 7, also here at Crandon on October 19th at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll have Josh and Bryan for that one. And then we continue. NASA Rallycross Features and Lights, Round 8 at Navarra on October 20th at 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern, respectively. Ethan and Victor for those. And then we'll be back here again next week where we'll take to Navarra for Round 8 on October 24th. October 21st. On a Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern. You'll have Bryan and myself for that one. It'll be a lot of fun. Navarra should be a wicked little track. It'll be our road course for the season. It's gonna be a ton of fun. The road courses, I had a lot of fun with them. Had a blast every single time. Same with the truck tracks. So we'll see what kind of fun, kind of shenanigans we get into there. But this is gonna be a spicy final, Bryan. I'm pretty excited. We got out there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think the streak's gonna end tonight. I mean, Darnell's 4th in timing right now, but
yep,
he's not gridding 4th. I think he's gridding 6th or 8th, isn't he? Yeah, he's gridding 8th. I think, and he's praying for Calamity and Calamity Corner, but
you're right.
I think Crossgrove and Lindy's titles are safe. There's always that one race that's going to be the problem, and we just happen to put it on race 7.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. And with drop weeks and stuff, it should all come out in the wash, no problem. So
like wrestling.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Even all the race. It's scripted. It's nuts. Oh boy, let's see what happens though. I mean, like, you never know. You never know. And that's what I love about this, and what I love about what's about to happen next here as the session begins to kick forward. We get ready here for that feature race this evening. And our field's going to be Zachary Goddard ahead of Matthew Grove and Gerald DeFino. Class crew turn 4th. Matthew Morris in 5th. Jake Robichaud 6th. Ed Boyles Jr. in 7th. And our reigning record holder, Joshua Darnell, in 8th position. So mountain to climb here for Josh if he wants to keep that alive. I know that's not an issue for him. He hasn't been thinking about it, and it was still a fantastic run, no doubt, if it ends here this evening. But yeah, still a lot of points. I think he'll make up enough positions here to hold on to that lead pretty easily for sure. I think everyone can agree with me on that one. Anything can happen again, so we'll see what happens. It'll be a crazy race. This is one of those ones I don't even like to make predictions because you really never know. One corner and it can be done for even the best of drivers. So those jumps, super unpredictable. The way they damage the car, also super unpredictable. So it's just going to be interesting all around here. Taking a look at the field. Yeah, a lot of drivers have some good opportunities here to get a good line, get a good punch. Looking at JP DeFino there in third position, he has a good opportunity to jump in. Klaus Kreutzer was very hesitant on that outside line to his driver and kind of gave it away in his heat race. So we'll see, or in the semifinal rather. So we'll see what happens here.
Exactly. This track is the epitome of don't be nice to each other. I mean, I know you don't want to cause an accident, but you got to claim your area.
Yeah.
If I'm Josh right now, I'm gonna lay back a little bit and
let people kind of get
delay my start a second.
Look, he's
get
going
a
wide.
little run. Yep, he's going wide.
Yeah, smart. As we
delay
are,
a little bit and get a little run.
We're green. A little bit of a delay there. Small accordion. Joshua Darnell sneaks into the inside, but it will be Zachary Goddard here, running out ahead of, and it's Gerald DeFino with that good run. Goes up onto the inside of Goddard. Can't make it happen. He's going to give to the inside to Matthew Grove.
Have an excellent run here. He's going to try and get past Klaus.
Oh, he might get by Klaus. Klaus very strong now. He's going to hold back. He starts his braking early. He's not going to do. Oh, Joshua Darnell up to the inside. Gives a little bit of a hip check to Jake Robichaud.
Boyle is around and out.
Yep,
Boyle
he
took
is
the turn just a little wide, and
boy,
like
Jake Robichaud gets in real tight with Joshua Darnell there through the jumps.
Yeah,
that's
just fall out from the rest of that accident.
Yeah, side by side over the jumps is a tough place. Yeah, we'll take. We got more issues here. Ponce, it's going to be Klaus Kreutzer around, and he's into it with Matthew Morris.
I'll tell you what, this is exactly what Josh Darnell wants to see. He might not win tonight, but he could push up and get third. If he gets third, he's in a good position to potentially still walk away with the Endurance Championship.
Wouldn't that be? Matthew Morris lands hard off of Polaris jump.
We got Morris and DeFino on top of each other. DeFino trying to force the issue. And that's only going to help Darnell catch up to them with these two battling. Darnell's just going to...
Especially if they come together here.
Eat time away, yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
Happened a couple weeks ago in Daytona with Lifflander and Mertz.
Here it is. Here's the move. In 845, he makes it around. Is he coming in too hot, though? No, he gets slowed up in my opinion. He does. Great midline. He's going to get a good run off on Matty Grove there. Matt Grove left spinning a little bit, bleeding a little bit of time to Darnell now. So will Matt fall off of third here into the clutches of Darnell? We'll find out possibly soon. It's just letting Zachary Goddard run away with this race, though, Brian. So, Gerald DeFino gets over. Oh boy, that's a rough one. That's a rough one. He's gonna have to wait for that car to stop spinning before he gets going again. He's gonna lose 1-2 positions. Maybe he comes back onto the track very questionably in front of Ed Boyles Jr. here, not paying attention to his relatives. And those two drivers there.
I smell a protest right there. That's a pretty easy one.
Yeah, Ed can't be too happy with where he's dropped in this race, no doubt as well. Zachary Goddard still allowed to run away with this as Matthew Grove chasing him down, and Joshua Darnell you said it. He's up to third now, and he has a chance here to take down Matt Grove. Yeah, he has a chance.
There's a lot of laps left, so he can go. He can get that.
Yeah, definitely can. As fast as he has been, he
Grove
certainly
is also
can.
With a Fiesta, so there's no advantage here. It's just who's running the track better.
Oh boy. Yep, and Darnell coming in hard, very deep. Oh, good deep line into Cowboy Corner there.
Previous lap times, Darnell at a 1:16.7, Grove at a 1:17.5. So about a second difference there, and they're only 7 tenths apart right now.
That is great line here from both of them, really.
Yeah.
I was going to say Darnell, but then Grove with a good rocket off of Ponce there. Having a hard time settling that Fiesta down, though. But still, Darnell taking those lines a little bit shallow. And I'm surprised to see that he's not figuring it out yet because he keeps losing on the exits.
Would you look at this position swap, though, Justin? We got Goddard and Grove maintaining their positions. Darnell about to be up 6. Darnell is up 6
Darnell
positions.
Just makes
on
the move here
now.
in T1.
Grove down 1. Morris up 1. DeFino down 2. Kreutzer down 3. Boyles up 1. There's so much movement tonight.
I think Matthew Grove gave it to him. I went back and looked at that. It looks like Matthew Grove checked up through T1 and just kind of let Darnell go by.
Good enough.
Interesting move.
They're both TWRS teams.
I want to see his boy go up there and try and chase Goddard down.
He
Even though
might.
time's ticking. It's
Grove-
ticking away. There
Grove
is a lot of
might
race
not
left,
have it.
though, but
Yeah, there's 6 laps left, and that's a lot of time in this track. Hey, last night Grady told me, "You want to go?" Of course I do. I'm not gonna argue.
yeah. You know it. On a track like this, let's go.
I'm not gonna sneeze at a free position.
You're right.
It's
You're
gonna
right.
be a Herculean effort to make up this 5.5-6 seconds to Goddard. It looks
Oh,
like
yeah,
it's
he has
just
to
gonna
be-
be Goddard's time to run. And
Yeah, it's like half a
Darnell-
tenth. I mean, he is a bit
Darnell's coming
quicker.
around the last turn right now. Goddard is. Where is
Let's see what
Goddard?
Darnell's last was. Yeah, it was a 1:17 too. So he's a couple seconds back already now again. Yeah, it's a huge.
Goddard's running
huge order.
115s. Goddard's running 115s. Darnell's running 117s. So unless Goddard
Yeah.
does something
makes a
horrific,
mistake.
yeah,
Could happen.
massive
He,
accident.
I'm watching. He's looking very conservative though. Doesn't look like he's taking any risks.
You're taking
He's
his
not
laps
racing
easy at this
terribly
point.
hard. Yeah, which is funny because that's how you really want to do it anyways. I mean, look at those
Yep.
lap times. So,
Yeah, you're
funny how
race
that works
angry.
here. Yeah,
You're
you
race
race
angry. You're
with
not gonna have a
haste.
good time.
No kidding. No kidding, especially on a track like this too, because you get that foot a little bit heavier than you should, and you're just going to bleed time out of nowhere. It's just you're not going to know where it's happening, but it's happening at the foot. So
Exactly.
Matthew Grove now kind of coming in with Darnell again. He's just been
Grove's
hanging
coming back
on.
at it.
Can he make a move here again on our champion elect, if you will? Our potential series champion doing very, very good here, holding on. Has a
Justin,
bit of a run here again.
I think if you keep an eye on this, actually, I was gonna say if you keep an eye on this, let's hit some replays of what happened earlier in the race. But Grove's
This is getting
Grove's
spicy, man. Grove's
Grove's
getting a little
pushing
bit.
it. I thought Grove was gonna
Grove's getting
fall
going.
off a little bit, but no, he's pushing back.
Yeah,
I don't think he gave
realized.
up that position.
No, maybe
I
he gave
think
it up because
he-
he had an issue.
He got
But
a
now he's
little-
kind of, yeah. Even if he did, he must be realizing now that he's got a
Yeah.
chance. And he's got to give it back for sure. Quite a bit of race left still, no doubt. As we've got about 4 laps to go.
And
Zachary
he's
Goddard
like,
is still looking good.
He's like, I get to talk to Justin and Bryan tonight, but I don't want to talk to him first.
Yeah, that's. I'm offended, but you know what? I'm not. I'm not at the same time. That's.
Oh, my favorite time to talk to the commentators is last.
Right.
Means you did good.
Seriously. No kidding. No kidding. So. Oh, Darnell a little bit uneasy off the jump there. Oh, has to get it kind of recollect again before Ponce. So he's still holding on ahead of Grove here. Grove dropped back again. If you compare it to last lap, he's about a second behind, and he was about half a second behind last time. So we'll see it officially as they cross the gantry
Grove's falling off
again.
a bit. I think you want to take some look at some things that have happened
Let's do.
this race.
Let's do it. Yeah, we have nothing crazy going on at the moment.
We're gonna go back to what happened to Jake.
Yeah, Boyle's collecting it there. So yeah. Oh yeah, Joshua Darnell actually got
We're gonna-
messy off of the jump a little bit.
Yeah, Boyles just came out into your dad, hit him there, and then
Messy off
Yeah.
the jump, and then
Yeah.
boom, unintentional hip check. Yeah,
and that's rough. And then
that's
Klaus-
tough, man.
Klaus had an issue
tough.
too.
Klaus as well.
sure.
Let's see what happens here. Oh yes, this was the I think the corner where he got into it with
Yep.
Matty Morris. Yeah,
And just
so
around
he kind
he
of gets
went.
into the inside, spins. Matty Morris goes off the track there as well.
And then
Off to the
Defino.
left of the screen. And I remember this one as
Defino
well.
doing
JP Defino. He doesn't get the jump
300
quite
flips.
right
Let's
here.
count 'em.
He
Let's
gets
count 'em.
off before. He goes
One.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
8.
7, 8.
It's at least 12.
Oh, it's almost done.
And
Wow.
drive right
And then
into
comes
Boyle.
back in right into Ed Boyles. Ouch. Yeah.
All right, we're
Mentioned
going
in the
back to live.
drivers' meeting too. But we'll go back
Let's
live to
at
still
least say
Zachary
that.
Goddard here.
Be mindful. That was
Hmm.
not mindful.
Yeah,
Or
no,
Demir.
it wasn't. It wasn't. I mean, I know he was probably pretty dizzy, but still though.
Does Defino race in
though.
VR? I don't know. He might have been.
He does. He does race in VR. So
he might have been throwing up.
He probably was probably throwing up when he was entering the track again. Unbelievable. So only got a couple to go here. Yeah, we only have a couple to go. Zach Goddard's looking smoking. Yeah.
Darnell 6 seconds behind him. Grove 3 seconds off there. Closest thing we have for a battle right now is Defino chasing Morris, but even that's about 2 seconds.
Yeah. No,
So
it's
the
very
race is-
tame at the moment.
Race is pretty much mellowed out.
Down to mistakes.
Just running a clinic right now. He's still running 1:16.1s compared to
Wow.
next fastest last time around is a 1:16.2 by Defino in 5th, so no competition there. Darnell's running 1:16.6s, so everybody's just bleeding time.
Even Klaus was a 1:16.5 that last one, so yeah, just a little bit of struggle out there for sure, and it's just letting Zachary Goddard run away with this one so far. As we're going to have one more go around after this, and we'll get the white flag next time around. Still Zachary Goddard. He's looking good. It's a 6.5 or a 6 second gap to Darnell. Darnell kind of gets him in a couple sectors, but overall, that Subaru looking good. And again, I'm still watching his line. Goddard's been picture perfect every time around. He's super conservative, not pushing terribly hard in all of his sections. I think he's off the gas a lot more than he's on it, which is really, that's how you should be doing it, man. Just nice and feathering. You want to pretend there's a little egg under that throttle. Yeah, man, you don't want to break it for sure. And he's doing very good. Nice and smooth over the jump there through Ponce. Nice and tight to the inside. And again, very smooth off the jump here. And a smooth landing. Not having to fight that car and get it set up, because that's crucial time that you could be spent getting set up for this corner here. Getting stopped. He's doing all right. A little shallow there. I would have pushed in a little deeper, but great line nonetheless. And I'm liking his line here, Brian. I was looking at it earlier. He's kind of late apexing it. Yeah.
You late apex it, you get a nice straight line off to the one and two.
And he looks good everywhere else.
Good to go through, yep.
Oh yeah.
He's doing great here too. He's setting it up nice and wide to get the nice
very clean through that inside, yeah. One tire on the dirt in the inside.
And then coming up here to Cowboy, he's
just straight.
That berm at all. He knows, do not touch that berm. You will turn right if you touch it too hard.
Straight at the top of the apex into that corner and just spins it right around when it slows up. Very well done.
Nice and clean. This last lap. This is a little victory lap. You know, the Fiesta boys were complaining that the sets we provided tonight were a little low on fuel, so we'll see if they make it.
If they make it, yeah.
We gave them a little bump right before the broadcast, just to make sure they had what they needed.
In the witching hour, so
if you're too hard on that throttle, you'll run it out of fuel real quick.
Darnell's been pretty hard on the throttle trying to chase down Zachary Goddard. But Zachary Goddard's going to come around, and he's going to be our newest winner this season, our second one. And it's just taken about 7 rounds to do it. Zachary Goddard wins here this evening. Joshua Darnell is going to make it through cleanly. In the final corner, he is to take home second. Matthew Grove grab a pole or a podium position there with third. Gerald Defino will come home in fourth. Klaus in fifth. And that would leave Matthew Morris to clean it out, and it'll be Ed Boyles Jr. and Jake Robichaud from the pits. Both of them out this evening with issues. Great job from Zachary Goddard here.
I think it was Darnell that told us last week that we're going to see Goddard on the podium a lot more.
All right, let's get our drivers in. Get them ready.
It is back-to-back wins here for Goddard. He won Futures last night also.
Oh,
Josh Mertz
I didn't
screaming in my ear, not letting me forget that he won last night.
Well, no, we won't forget about that. Well, he's our winner this evening. We'll give him a couple more minutes here to get in and get in the chat because I don't see him in Discord.
We got Grove.
He's good. He's good for coming in, so we'll figure it out when we need to. Let's get Grove in here. Matthew Grove. Man, you hear me? Yeah. Always loud and rowdy, my man. Great little run. You were patient this evening in your earlier races. Talk me through your evening and how did that go?
Oh, dude, my so I just try to keep the car somewhat safe and smooth and in a good spot.
Of course.
Dude, you guys are well aware of this. The Fiesta's at a pretty big disadvantage here, comparing it to the Subaru, in my opinion, just with like straightaway
like it.
drive. So when Maddie and Eric were battling, I was just like milking the car, it going as slow as I could, yet pushing it, just trying to get traction. And I'd catch up a little bit, and then they would disappear. I come around that corner and I seen them get into each other, and man, I never like seeing teammates, especially when they're mine.
Right.
Going upside down and around in a corner. But dude, when I passed them, I'm like, all right, now what are you gonna do with this? So again, just tried to stay calm, drive the car smooth, got in that heat race, got the job done, even though the contact with the boys is basically what got me the spot. If they wouldn't have had that contact, my dudes were gone.
Fair enough.
So big shout out to everybody on this Apex powered by TWRS squad. Both of them, the Subaru and the Fiesta team. I have to send a super big hug and a shout out to our set builder over at Team Watson, Evan McFarlane. Big hugs to you right now, dude. I don't want to put your business out there, but massive hugs to you. If you need anybody, feel free to reach out to me. I know you're going through some stuff right now, buddy. So please, if you need anything, feel free to reach out. Hugs to you. We're sending this podium, this third place, especially being that our cars are powered by TW. As always, I want to thank my wife, my children. I don't know if they're awake or not. Hopefully the kids aren't. But thank you guys always for letting me get some rig time in with the boys down here. I didn't get any practice in this week, to be blatantly honest. The practice session before the race session was the first time I touched the track in this car with the setup. So
shoot.
Yeah. That's why everybody's telling me, hey.
Yeah, that's why
gas.
I didn't drive it. I didn't drive it at all week, Brian. I'm sorry, but nobody else complained about it all week until I got in here, and that's the first thing I check all the time. So, and I know I have a heavy foot, so I was like, man, 2.5 laps short? Jeez. But I think it was just, with the dirt model and everything. We ended up making it fine. You guys came through, hooked all that up. So big shout out to ASN. Without you guys, we don't look pretty while we're racing. So thank you guys as always. Hats off to NASA, everybody over there, the admin team. www.nasasimracing.com will get you to us in Discord, and then you can get your rear end off the couch and you can come race with us. Again, just shout out to my team. Want to thank them for always being there. We're a group, ride or die. Josh, do not let yourself feel that you let the team down tonight. Goddard was flying. None of us had anything for him. He checked out, ran away. You still did great. I won't ever tell that I was going to try to push you around the track, but I was worried I was going to crash both of us. So again, hats off to him. He's killing it, even though he didn't come through tonight. I know he's feeling down on himself right now. So when you guys pull him in here next, just big shout out to him. He's been carrying the squad with wins this season. So
100%.
Absolutely. And again, this is like our playoff round within our round. So again, my thing for him, if you got to have a bad round, it couldn't be a better place to do it instead of it being in a regular RX round. So again,
no kidding. So
absolutely. Just shout out to everybody on the squad, the wife, the kids, the good Lord above, NASA, ASN, Bryan and Justin. Thank you guys for everything.
Thanks, man.
Do.
Thank
I'll let you
you.
go on to the next guy so that way you can get to your kids as well.
Perfect. No, thanks, man.
All right. Love you guys. We'll see you next week.
Take it easy, Matt. Great race, buddy. Take it easy.
Thank you.
And we'll bring second place driver, Joshua Darnell. An interesting spot for you here, my friend. But talk me through this one.
So when I went out for my first lap in qualifying, I don't think I realized that the first lap didn't count, and I ran a 1.15. I won a 1:15.599, and then I just could never get. After I saw it didn't count, I don't know. I couldn't get it back.
Yeah.
I didn't know that the first lap was like considered the 0 lap, because I figured you passed the start finish line, right? So I gave it all I got on like the first outing, and just couldn't claw back any of the time that I had gained. I think it started getting into my head. And then during the races, I don't know. I just couldn't get the car to grip up on any corner. I hadn't run those times on this track in a long time, but you can't win every single race. Goddard ran it was just flawless for him. The perfect execution. He did exactly what he had to do. And it is. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't disappointed. I'm assuming I'm assuming you guys can hear that, but
definitely. Yeah. No doubt. No doubt. I would be too.
I gave it all I got, so I can't be upset with myself. I just
dude, you came back to get P2 and secured like a ton of crucial points despite all of that. So hell yeah, man.
Run. 8th to 2nd.
Really though. Yeah, right.
Nothing to shake a stick at.
No.
Yeah,
especially
I appreciate you guys saying that a lot. Before we go any further, I want to throw an apology out to Jake Robichaud. I lost the car we took the jump at the same time, and the car got loose, and I think in midair we made contact, and I did not mean to take him out. That was completely unintentional. I'm sure he knows that. But I wanted to say sorry. And to anyone else that I made contact with in that hairpin, I think I took that a little hot on the first lap. But nevertheless, I think everything turned out. All the racing was pretty clean. Team did really good. Maddie came home with P3, which is amazing. Couldn't expect better. All in all, it was a good race. You guys are right. I should look at the positives, but I killed.
Yeah, man, you will.
Zachary Goddard killed my perfect season, and I'll never forget him.
You will, man. And overall, like I said, you clawed back. You got those points back, so you're not really in any danger now of like losing the championship or anything. And then yeah, Matty Grove comes in with some crucial team points. So as a team, you guys are doing solid too. So real quick before we let you go though, who'd you like to thank, man?
My mom, my dad, my brother Alex, my friend Mark at Micro Center, all the guys at Micro Center that tune in and watch. But Mark specifically, he always messages me and watches. I want to thank my boyfriend Vance. I want to thank you guys, Justin and Bryan, for always putting on an amazing show, and all the Contenders drivers who come out and make this possible for us to do this. It's a ton of fun. Good racing from everybody, and Bryan and Justin, we couldn't do this without you guys. So thank you so much.
Thank you, my friend. And go recoup. Come back hard tomorrow.
You got it, guys. Take it easy.
You're easy, man. And then we will bring in Zachary Goddard. Zach, my friend, can you hear me? Hello. Is he there?
Gotcha.
Hey, there we are. Hello. What a race. You did from start to finish. It was fantastic. Talk us through it, man.
Kind of surprised myself, but I had ran the jumpy truck Crandon race recently, and I think that helped me because the line was pretty similar. So I just tried to replicate that and stay smooth, and it paid off for me. Finally got a good clean run up front and kept it under me.
No kidding. You definitely did. So you're now you're into dirt racing, like you're like in a dirt oval and stuff too, aren't you? So you think that may have helped you out a little bit here?
Yeah, kind of the throttle control fundamentals are somewhat the same.
Definitely. Something we noticed. You could see it out on the track in the broadcast, the throttle control and how smooth the inputs were. It was displayed, no doubt. So great job there, my friend. And who'd you like to thank tonight for a great win?
The wife for actually this week putting up with a squeaky throttle pedal. It was getting bad.
Yeah, especially with all that throttle control too, right?
Exactly. The whole NASA crew for putting on a great fun series. Our JC Simsport and Academy team, and our new sponsor, Crown Creamery. Got to thank them 2 times because I missed my interview last night. So big thank you to those women over there.
Yeah, no kidding. That's basically 2 in a row in the league.
Yes,
So
sir.
that's a great run, buddy. Good stuff. So hopefully we'll see you in the booth here maybe more often now. You're getting your feet wet, starting to get some experience here. So
that's the goal.
We'll let you go though, my friend. Fantastic run this evening, Zach, and hopefully we'll Navarro's gonna be a little interesting. It's gonna be a road course, so that'd be a little fun.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to it.
Car. Yeah, no kidding. You have a great night, my friend.
Yes, sir,
and excellent racing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Awesome. Wow, what a race, Bryan. That was crazy. I blown away by the racing from all of them. It was pretty great. So Zachary Goddard kind of comes in as our second race winner this season and stamps it off in style. Good little win over Joshua Darnell.
Exactly.
Maybe we'll get those results. We have some points up there, Bryan. Can we get?
I do have some points.
Let's do it.
1 second, we'll pull them up here. Now, let me clarify something because we didn't go over it in the beginning, Justin.
Yeah.
This is an in-season tournament.
Right. Points are rated differently.
Yeah, we do points differently for this. A lot of people a lot of drivers were saying, "Hey, we don't always want to run these," and other drivers were asking for a drop week. So the way we compromised is we put this race and Navarra together, and we're calling it our in-season tournament. Kind of like how the NBA does it, but we look at your total results for this race and next race, and wherever you finished in that lineup is where you finish overall. So right now, Zachary Goddard is in first tonight with 25 points. And if he finishes first or second, next week he'll probably win this tournament and he'll get 25 points instead of 50 points 2 weeks combined. This allows it to count as a 1 week drop week. So you could skip both of these. That's your drop week. You're good if you absolutely hate these tracks. But if you choose to run these, we're so glad the drivers are choosing to run these. You can get an Rallycross track as your drop week and hopefully improve your season somewhere else along the line.
Right. So they weight themselves as 2 rounds, but they come out as 1 in points, essentially. It's 2 rounds, but the points are kind of weighted as 1 round.
But with that, not much movement after tonight's scoring.
Not much at all. Joshua Darnell keeps a solid points lead. Zachary Goddard gets a few back, but still 168 to 118 there in the top 2. Matt Grove now dropping a few behind Zachary Goddard, but still has a chance here with some other tracks. If he comes in strong at Navarro next week, he might be able to get some of those back as well. Eric Dubois, 94 in 4th. Jake Robichaud in 5th with 89. Ed Boyles Jr., 82 in 6th. Then JP Divino, 7th. Jeff Cartwright, 8th. Klaus Kreutzer in 9th. And Daryl Young in 10th. Klaus, a new member up here in the top 10, jumping up 2 positions from the 11th to the 9th spot. And that drops Daryl Young down 1 spot into the 10th. Jump over and look at team points. It's that Ford powered by TWS, 312. Wow. Oh, wow, there's a lot of movement here, no doubt. That win from Zachary Goddard punches JC Academy up 4 positions into 4th. No movement in the top 3. It's just a TWS smoke show up there. Ford 312, Subaru 201, and the Saints and Sinners Subaru team with 201 tied right there for second. But yeah, JC Academy basically coming in 4th. But there's too little too late with 80 points. But Mika Esports drops down 1 to 5th. Klaus Kreutzer Racing up 1 to 6th. Red Beaver Racing down 1 to 7th. And TWR Subi Squad up 1 into 8th. Turtle Motorsport down 4. We'll go into 9th with 56. And then ST Motorsport, 29.
Goddard was previously Turtle Motorsport, so that team is no longer scoring points.
For sure. That's fair. So that's that team might as well just drop off. It probably will soon. But yeah, you're right. Do we have results confirmation too, Bryan?
Oh, we got the manufacturer's points, but not much has changed there either.
Yeah, no, 188, 160, and then 10 for VW. So yeah, I mean it's getting a little closer, but it's still a Ford win. So it's crazy to see that. It'll be fun. See the rest of this season kind of play out.
Well, the results for the evening.
Let's do it. Zachary Goddard wins tonight ahead of Joshua Darnell. These are our basically our official results. Matthew Grove in 3rd. Gerald DeFino in 4th. Klaus Kreutzer in 5th. Matthew Morris takes the 6th position with Ed Boyles Jr. and Jake Robichaud in the pits. Having some issues there in 7th and 8th, respectively.
And best of the rest,
And,
Jeff Cartwright in 9th, Chris Linden in 10th, Daryl Young in 11th, Olivier Reto in 12th, and Eric Dubois in 13th.
Unbelievable. Crazy racing here tonight. Yeah, love it. Love it, love it, love it. Final thoughts, Brian, before we sign it off?
Well, Darnell definitely, he didn't commentators curse it. He racers cursed himself. He said Goddard was going to be up at the top a lot more often after last week's broadcast. And,
yeah.
I think he did it to himself.
Yeah. I think he was expecting it to be quite that high. So yeah.
No
kidding.
He was expecting him up there and one step below him, but
yeah, no, not quite that far ahead. Yeah. Navarro will be a different one next week though. That's going to be one that'll I think it'll humble a lot of drivers and bring some kind of unfairness to the Super.
The first time ever going there. I ran it in a goof-off race one week and said this needs to be our road course. It's so much fun.
Can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. With that said, the checkered flag has fallen on the evening. From all of us at the Automotive Sports Network, from Jess Rakowski, Victor Valley, Cody Erdman, Ethan Halsey, Josh Mertz, and Bryan Sawyer, my name is Justin Robichaud. We hope you enjoyed today's coverage of NASA Rallycross Contenders from Crandon, Wisconsin. We congratulate our winner this evening, Zachary Goddard, our second winner of this season. I know it's taken a while, but here he is. And be sure to join us this Saturday for the Supercars race where you'll find them as well. Also in Crandon. Until then, take care, everyone.